Ryan Burr to Grossman. That's in the zone.
Oh, Tom really missed it. That was a really good pitch. I don't know how Tom missed it. I'm wondering if it's because Zach Collins was starting to stand up.
On the check swing sometimes maybe.
Well, I mean, it had the whole plate.
Wow.
This is just not a real good call. Watch it again. It's exactly where Zach wanted it. Up. It had the whole plate, and
that's how it starts with the prior batter. Now here is the at-bat immediately preceding the ejection.
That was a bad break.
Yeah. Bases loaded for short.
RoboUmp thinks 0-1 is a strike, but the teams think that it's a ball. The expected call is ball. And this is actually, if you read into it, one of the reasons MLB has not instituted the electronic strike zone, and we reported on this. It's in the contract. They're allowed to play with the electronic strike zone. The reason that MLB hasn't done it is because they're not confident in RoboUmp's ability to call up and down pitches. The vertical zone is an absolute mess, technologically speaking. That's one of the many reasons we don't see RoboUmp in the game.
Pitch for Burr. You know, one of them would have been nice.
But you either get the low ones or you get the high ones, and apparently you don't get either of them. Tom is not having one of his better days, and he's hearing it from the Sox dugout.
This absolutely goes back to the prior at-bat. Both of them top of the zone pitches called balls. I wouldn't say too much except for the 0-1 pitch that was called a ball that was at the bottom of the zone per computer, even though the computer's weird. If that's a ball, then 3-2 pitch has to be a strike. That's the problem.
Yeah, you got to get one of those. This inning should have been over twice.
Get out of here.
And Tom Hallion just thrown somebody from the White Sox dugout out of the ball game. To me, that's an overreaction when you've just missed 2 calls. And here comes Tony La Russa to defend his guy.
Like, here's the thing. The umpire doesn't know that they missed the call.
I believe it's Ethan Katz that was thrown out.
I think Tony came out and he said, you missed 2 pitches and you're going to throw him out?
Look, your ass is in the jackpot if you know you missed the call and you deliberately call it wrong. Hallion doesn't know he missed the call. That's the whole point.
Ethan Katz is one of the most soft-spoken guys you're going to run into.
Now La Russa probably asks, why do you throw him out? Hallion says, I warned, he knows he can't do it, he did it anyway. This is where you're probably getting things from more than one person on the bench. Hallion chooses one person, not a player but a coach, and throws the coach out. Players stay in the game.
Tom missed 2 calls and then threw out the Sox pitching coach.
Yeah.
This inning should have been over twice. Ethan Katz, who's a very soft-spoken pitching coach, one of the most analytical people out there. That's terrible, says Ethan. And
well, he's right about that.
Yeah,
actually.
I think.
Look, the second one could have gone either way. It had a part of the zone, but the first one he missed to Grossman had the whole plate.
Yeah, this inning should absolutely be over. And that, I believe, is a strike, right?
I like when they start to walk things back, like, oh, no, it was actually a 50-50 call. But the first one, that's the problem.
That's not up, let's go. That's not up.
By the way, watch the video on our challenge system. This call could be corrected using that system.
All he said was no swearing. He said it's just not up.
If that's what he said,
yeah,
that's a ridiculous overreaction.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's where he threw him out. Right when Tony came out of the dugout was after he said that's not up.
How can you possibly throw somebody out of the ball game for that?
Well, I think it appears that if you realize you might have made a bad call or two.
Again, the whole point is the umpire doesn't know. The umpire thinks they got the call correct. This is where the challenge system comes in. That particular pitch was outside the margin of error using our challenge system. This call was, quote, the obvious miss that could be corrected. If the vertical zone, of course, is accurate, which MLB doesn't have enough confidence in to use during gameplay. That's our conundrum that we're at right now.
Is having some problems with bounces off